I called it Awake and Bake. It's a discussion of fibromyalgia. Uh, Yesterday I put up Weedy Weekend, which had a really good story called Marijuana, Fibromyalgia, Cannabis, Best Treatment. Uh, from the Stoner's Cookbook, really in depth about fibro. Already I've had incredible feedback on this story alone from my Weedy Weekend. Uh, And why? Because there is more and more of fibro. Fibro is a rather new disease, and a lot of this is going to explain it. I don't think I did as well as I would have liked to have on Weedy Weekend covering this story. So this morning, I woke up with an awful lot of pain and realized there's a lot more to share in this story than just the fact that it's very possible that fibromyalgia is caused by a broken endocannabinoid system. That being said, this is also Wake and Bake. I have not had any medicine today, and I woke up I have my fibro fog and really bad middle body spasms. Those are really hard to explain. If you haven't had fibro, you will have never felt this. Peace and cheers. Some medicine. Took a rather small one. I may, depending on my mood, take some of my sativa. But again, I felt that my most important thing this morning was talking to you all and sharing as I learn more what I can do for myself too. So I want to give this story a lot better shot than I did in Weedy Weekend. Weedy Weekend, I introduce stories to all of you. I expand on some of them a little bit, but in most cases, my expectation is I give an overview of the story. If you're interested, you're going to go to my description and you're going to read the story, and then we're going to discuss it. In this case, boy, I hurt today. In this case, I thought I'd share it with you. So, the first thing that it asks is, what is fibro? And I'm going to read some of this. For decades, fibromyalgia patients, FM patients, I might say FM instead of fibromyalgia, have gotten the runaround from the medical community. 10 years ago, medical professionals were still arguing over whether fibromyalgia actually existed. Fortunately, most of them now came to their senses, and it's also known as myofascial pain syndrome. The precise cause of fibromyalgia has yet to be found. This article indicates a possibility of the origin of the disease. I put that last sentence in. While the primary trait is seemingly unexplained, often debilitating pain, the illness comes with a wide variety of symptoms that range from, and this is just a short list of the symptoms I suffer on a daily basis: chronic pain with tender points, widespread stiffness in the muscles, headaches, fatigue, sleep disturbances, irritable bowel syndrome daily, depression, and low mood. Those are just some of them. Now, this is an important part. Then they show a video, which I'm not going to show, and they say there's something interesting about the series of symptoms listed. They are the exact same systems that doctors have discussed time and time again in endocannabinoid research. Dr. Ethan Russo is a neurologist and pharmacologist. He is currently the medical director of Phytex, a company that develops medicines, cosmetics, and lifestyle products that incorporate cannabinoid medicines. Cannabinoids are compounds found in marijuana plant that take the place of endocannabinoids in our bodies. Now, the it actually, I'm going to read the next paragraph because it's important. In the early 2000s, Russo suggested that fibromyalgia may actually be part of a larger disease called clinical endocannabinoid deficiency, CECD. You can think of the endocannabinoid system as a giant communication network in your body. Different chemicals, known as endocannabinoids, attach to receptors in your cell, telling them what to do. The endocannabinoid system links certain parts of your brain to corresponding body parts. So disruption or chemical imbalance in the endocannabinoid system means that these signals are interrupted. So is CECD the broken endocannabinoid system, or clinical endocannabinoid deficiency, which is CECD, is that fibromyalgia? That is an important thing to learn and maybe take away from this, is they don't answer that. They can't answer that yet. They're studying to try to answer that. But 100% for sure, when you do things to fix your endocannabinoid system, you end up changing and repairing your ability to absorb cannabis. Cheers, sativa. Some of that went down the stem. The reason I am so excited about this is when my doctor kind of alluded to the fact you seem to have a lot of the symptoms of fibromyalgia, but most men don't get it, and I'm not sure it's a real disease, blah, blah, blah. That was about 5 years ago. I do understand why it came on because of a broken neck 30 years ago. But as we got further and further into looking into fibro, it fit me so perfectly. And the only time I ever felt relief was if I got a good street drug. Then I was on street marijuana. Then I was just using marijuana recreationally, and maybe to just bypass some of the pains I got from the pills I was on. But I was not, I was even one of those that kind of poo-pooed the medical prowess of my favorite plant. I wasn't that interested. And it's funny how you can be even a lover of the plant but not be so interested in its medical properties or even believe totally or care because it wasn't affecting me personally. Once I started realizing that marijuana actually can help with all of this, I didn't think it did because I was on street drugs and there I was in pain most of the time. Street drugs, street marijuana, black market marijuana. It is different from medical marijuana. And so, yeah, once in a while I felt relief, but I just thought that that was just the disease and its fluctuations. Then I started realizing, no, that once in a while was because of getting some actually good medicine off the street once in a while. And slowly also my doctor started learning more and more, not just about fibro, but he started learning more and more about the benefits of medical cannabis, to the point that he basically told me on the day that I was going in there to ask him that it's time to give up on pharmaceuticals for me. That for my fibro, cannabis seemed to be the most appropriate. Now it's starting to look like, yeah, I may have a broken endocannabinoid system. I may be repairing it better and better as I go along, but All we know about making your endocannabinoid system work better is better eating helps. Lots of probiotics, um, lots of antioxidants, stuff like that. It helps us absorb the THC better. It helps our bodies. But so did this does this understanding, this possible understanding of fibro change things today? No. In fact, this is a good video because no, it changes nothing. I woke up in terrible pain, full fibro, full fibro. The fog, I can't think right now. That was before the pot. The pot's bringing some some cerebral calmness to me, and maybe I'll be able to form better thoughts. Obviously, it was there yesterday. I saw my weedy weekend. I was not as articulate as I usually am. Sometimes that happens during fibrofog in the early stages. So why am I so excited about this? Well, I'm excited because for years and years, they called fibro a fake malady or an ailment. Now it's classed as a disease. Now people are researching it. Now they're finding things out. Everything proving exactly what us, the sufferers, have always said, that it's real, that it's out there. And now, if they can honestly find the origin, if it is because of a broken endocannabinoid system, then the next step is either cure or management, better management or cure. We have some management now. And now, all of you out there with fibro, look it up. Look up, I'll give you this one, but also look up everything you look up, cannabis and fibro. You're going to find a marriage there. You're going to find a synergy. And already, just from Weedy Weekend last night, I've had, I think it's 5, maybe 6 people that I have never commented but follow me, commented because they know somebody with fibro and thanked me on this story. So I want to get it as wide out there as possible. You know somebody with fibro, they suffer. They suffer. I don't wish this morning that I'm feeling right now, even after the medicine, I feel like I'm holding myself back from running to the toilet and throwing up right now. Really, really tough, this disease. I don't wish it on anybody, but if you got it, after it. So I'm bringing that to you. I'm not telling you, talk to your doctor, talk to a weed doctor. Don't just let your doctor say no. I did that 5 years ago. Had I argued with my doctor 5 years ago, I would not have gone through 5 years of pharmaceuticals and right now be going through months of withdrawal. Peace, cheers, love and harmony. If you've got fibropestis, read this in depth. If you know somebody with it, pass it on. Peace and cheers.